listening to the IELTS podcast. Learn from tutors and ex-examiners who are masters of IELTS preparation.
Hello there and welcome to another tutorial from IELTSPodcast.com. Today we're going to be looking at writing. Particularly interested I am today in discussing with you different ways to express cause and effect, cause and consequence. Particularly, of course, this will be useful for us in IELTS Writing Task 2, I would imagine, more than Task 1, although in both could be good for us. Who am I, by the way? I'm talking without introducing myself. I'm terribly sorry. My name is Rob. I'm an ex-IELTS examiner. I've been teaching IELTS and English in general for quite a few years. And I think with the experience I've got in IELTS that I can help you out, give my advice to you, try to do my best to show you different ways where we can improve our writing, as we're talking today about writing. And our topic is cause and effect. Cause and effect. I mean, mastering the language of cause and giving reasons for causes, I think, is absolutely vital in IELTS writing, because we're often required to justify our opinions, aren't we? We're always being asked in IELTS to say why. Why is this? Why do we have that opinion? How do we connect ideas and give reasons for them to justify ourselves? I think, to be honest with you, one place where it kind of goes wrong for many of us is we get accustomed to saying things and writing things in a certain kind of way. And it works, doesn't it? I mean, take in English, for example, using the words, the reason for this is because. The reason why this happened is because. We get away with it. We find it works. People understand us when we talk. People understand us when we write. I've found that myself when writing in languages which are not English, writing in a second language. I think, well, I can do it. People understand me. I can get by. And then somebody comes up and tells me, yeah, it's okay, but it could be better, you know. And I begin to ask myself, well, yeah, how? Well, what can I do? Help me, please. I want variation. I want to, be absolutely at the top of my game when I'm writing. And it's not easy, is it? I mean, for all of you doing this in a second language like English, it's always the skill that comes to us later than speaking, and of course later than being able to read and understand what people are saying to us, because it does require a lot of thought, a lot of hard work, and quite a bit of grammar as well. I mean, let's take this thing of because. I'm going to give you an example. This example is full of repetitions. I mean, it's a case of thinking, well, how can I actually make this a bit better? Now, when we hear this the first time, we might think, well, yes, it makes sense. I can understand it. I mean, but, and I'm not saying there's mistakes here. It's just, how can I put it? Repetitive, monotonous, boring to listen to and to write and to read as well. Here goes. It's a little paragraph or an extract from a paragraph about trying to explain the reasons why people in our world these days, particularly living in big cities, I suppose, suffer from stress. The writer gives 3 reasons for this. You ready? Here goes. There are various reasons why more people are suffering from stress today. One reason is that because of the pace of life nowadays, we do not find the time to relax. Another reason is the fact that many people find it hard to achieve a good work-life balance because they are under so much pressure to produce results in their job. The final reason is the fact that people feel increased stress because they need to earn money, because the world we live in is more and more commercial. Because wasn't that a song from my early days, the Beatles? Because too many. Yes, it was fine in the song, but do you really want 4 becauses in 5 lines of text in 3 or 4 sentences, and reasons why everywhere? The message was there, wasn't it? I'm not saying it wasn't clear from that point of view, but it was a little bit monotonous. Let's take the same idea, the same thoughts, the same ways to put our information in the same order, but with a lot more variety from the point of view of vocabulary, connectors between things, and of course complex grammatical structures. I'm going to read it out, and then we're going to compare the two. Are you ready for the second reading? Here goes. There are various reasons why more people are suffering from stress today. No change, huh? It was exactly the same in the first sentence, in the first version. Start again. There are various reasons why more people are suffering from stress today. One is that the pace of life nowadays means that we do not always find time to relax. Likewise, it is difficult to find a good work-life balance due to the pressure to produce results at work. Another related cause of stress is the need to earn money to survive in our more and more commercial world. Okay, pause for a moment. Let's think here. Let's look first at the ways in the second version we described the reasons, and then we'll go on to look at the use or not use of the word because in the second version. The reasons. Both paragraphs begin with the same sentence, no? There are various reasons why more people are suffering from stress today. In the first version, it then went on to say, one reason is that because of the pace of life nowadays, we do not find time to relax. In the second version, we have one is that the pace of life nowadays means that we do not always find time to relax. Two little changes there. Why repeat, for example, reason with one reason is? We've said various reasons. We can refer back to various reasons just with the word one. In other words, one of the reasons, but we don't have to write it out again. One is that the pace of life nowadays. In the first version, it read like this. One reason is that because of the pace of life. Notice how we can replace that because of with the verb means. Something means something. If we say it means this, we're giving an explanation, a reason why, okay? So in our second version, it said, one is that the pace of life nowadays means that we do not always find time to relax. Okay, in our first version, that continued with, another reason is the fact that many people find it hard to achieve a good work-life balance because they are under so much pressure to produce results in their job. In the second version, it began differently. Likewise, it is difficult to find a good work-life balance due to the pressure to produce results at work. The sentence is shorter. The sentence is more concise in our second version. And it's much better for two reasons. One, we have avoided saying another reason is, just using the word likewise. We could also say similarly, or at the same time, or simply also. And instead of saying the fact that many people find it hard to achieve a good work-life balance because they're under so much pressure, we've got it like this. It is difficult to find a good work-life balance due to, not because they are, but due to the pressure to produce results. We're under pressure, so we're due to the pressure. That due to is worth looking at, apart from our little tutorial today. It's an interesting way of presenting reasons why. We would always follow due to with a noun or a group of words which contains a noun. The game has been postponed. Why? Due to the rain, due to the bad weather, due to the circumstances. We are giving a reason for something, but after due to, we don't have a subject and a verb. All we have, in fact, is just a noun group. Due to the weather, due to the circumstances, due to the pressure to produce results at work. Let's go on. In our first version, we said, the final reason is the fact that people feel increased stress because they need to earn money, because the world we live in is more and more commercial. In the second version, instead of saying the final reason is, we've got another related cause. Now, a cause is the reason. We're looking at the roots of things. We're looking back at why is this? Well, how can we explain this? So another related cause of stress is the need to earn money to survive. So look at the use there of simply of the idea of the need to, instead of saying because they need to. It's just the need to earn money to survive. In our more and more commercial world, we don't have to elaborate that by saying because the world we live in is more and more commercial. You're getting the idea here. I mean, it's difficult to do this, just by talking about it. I would suggest that you get into IELTSPodcast.com, look at this in terms of the script, and look at these examples where you can read them. Oh, by the way, talking about that, I almost forgot. You know that a lot of students these days are depending on what we're calling tools rather than information to pass IELTS, I mean, have you tried it? The AI essay checker available at IELTSPodcast.com. It's up to date. It's very modern, of course. It's the latest thing, and a lot of people are saying it's great. All you got to do is this. First, you get in there, sign up to it, and then you can send at your free will, how many you like, whenever you like, your essays, your task 2 or your task 1 essays, write them, send them off to the AI essay checker, and you within, I think it's a space of maximum 48 hours, will get feedback. Now, feedback can be of two kinds, can it? It can be positive, but it's always positive. What am I talking about? Feedback is always positive, especially when they're telling me what I'm doing wrong. It's fine to say, yeah, well done, this is great, this is a good example, you're going to get a grade 7 here or a band 7, but I want to know more than anything else, not only what I'm doing right, thank you very much, but where can I improve? Where are my problem areas? What did I do wrong? Was it the grammar? Is it the structures? Is my range of vocabulary wide enough or deep enough? Was it coherent? Did it make sense? Did I use too many paragraphs? Did I make silly mistakes? Lack of subject-verb agreement or verb tenses? Or did I forget to distinguish between paragraphs? And what happened? What went wrong? Was it the cohesion side of it? Did I use however in a wrong way? Or whatever it might be. If I can get decent, honest, instant or very instant feedback on all those aspects to help me, I'd be more than pleased. And I think it works wonders in that sense. From what I've heard, people are going for this more and more every day. So try that out, because it's all part of what I'm talking about today, I guess. Where do we go from this? I mean, I've just given one or two examples today of possibilities. I mean, all right, we can replace because with due to, or we can find a verb to replace the idea of expressing the same things as the reason why. What does it mean? What's the cause of it? There are many other ways. No, I mean, how how about with, I don't know, a word like since or as? Since or as are synonyms of because. The problem, of course, well, it's not a problem, it's just a fact, with since and as is that they have many other little meanings, don't they? I mean, since we associate first when we're learning the language with an expression of time, you know. Oh, I haven't seen her since last Christmas or something like that, or since last year. So since we get into the idea of referring to time, that's fine, but it also has this other meaning as a wonderful connector of ideas to explain reasons why. Let's go back to our example and let's change it, shall we? Okay, let me see, where could I put it? Okay, let's put it right at the beginning. There are various reasons why more people are suffering from stress today. One is that the pace of life nowadays means that we do not always find time to relax. Okay, what if I rewrote that like this? One is that, comma, since the pace of life nowadays is so fast, comma, we do not always find time to relax. Should I say that again? Since the pace of life nowadays is so fast, we do not find the time to relax. It's a slightly different construction, isn't it? But it's also very interesting. Since, or I could replace that with as. Believe it, it's the same thing, or usually not necessarily at the beginning of a sentence to explain a reason why. It gives you that variety, and variety is something which is absolutely necessary, I think, in IELTS writing, and for your writing in general, as I said before, no? So that's one possibility. I mean, if I were you, I mean, I would collect these things in somewhere or other. Depends on where you want to collect your things. Could be in a book, could be in a little notebook, could be just, jotting it down on your phone or wherever you're going to write it down in a digital form or a physical form. I mean, make a list of different connectors, different ways of constructing sentences to explain causes and consequences. I mean, something added to that could be, why not a word like therefore, or as a result. I mean, we could, why should sentences always contain all the information? We could put this into two sentences. Let's go back and look at a possible therefore. Okay, right, let me think. Okay, let's put it back here, okay? One is that the pace of life nowadays means that we do not always find time to relax. Likewise, it is difficult to find a good work-life balance due to the pressure to produce results at work. Okay, let's put that completely the other way around. If I said, for example, many people feel the pressure to produce results at work, and therefore it is difficult to find a good work-life balance. Therefore, to explain a consequence of something, we've got the reason, we've got the cause, and then I'm giving the result of it, the effect of it. We can put the result first and then the cause, or put it the other way around. You've got to mix it up. You've got to look at different possible structures. Okay? So, before I forget, why not share with us your ideas about these tutorials? We'd love to hear from you. I talked about feedback from the AI essay checker. We all need feedback. Give us some reviews. Share this information with your friends. Say, hey, why don't you get into this one, wherever it might be you're listening into a Spotify or whatever. No, we'd love to hear from you and get your feedback to tell us how we're doing it well and what we're doing wrong. It would be great. Okay, so in the meantime, keep moving, keep going with your IELTS preparation. Think about what we've been talking about today. make your list. Make your list of verbal constructions, verbs, connectors, phrases, ways of writing, causes and effects, causes and results. Try through your practice writing it, even if you write 5 or 6 different versions of the same idea. Just play with it. The more you look at it, the more you practice, the more you do it, the more you think about it, you think, yeah, I'm getting there. This is really helping me to improve my writing. Okay? So that's all for now. I'll be talking to you again soon. No? Good luck to you and goodbye.
Thanks for listening to IELTSPodcast.com.